Welcome to another episode of Two Guys from Jersey. Today we are at the Galley in Asbury Park, New Jersey, which is hands down one of my favorite restaurants in the area. I am Josh from Josh's Food and Stuff.
Kevin Internato, I'm an actor.
We are about to pig out seriously. Pizza is probably the star of the show here. They do so many different styles, but there's so much more to this place than just pizza. Great sandwiches, burgers, appetizers, meatballs, desserts, everything. It's a very unique menu, and you can tell the owner of this place really loves food because you see it in the ingredients listed on this menu.
I love Detroit style.
Me too.
I had some in Detroit too. I take that back.
Okay.
I did, and it's probably my favorite.
Yeah, it's become my favorite, which for a while I felt like, am I being sacrilegious? Being a New Yorker, a New Jersey guy, liking thick, doughy.
Yeah.
But I fucking love Detroit pizza.
I tell you, man.
It's easily my favorite.
Who knows? Maybe if we lived there and that's all we had, then we had a little, we'd yearn for this.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love it, dude. And this place, Blue Steel Pizza, is the bomb.
I think Blue Steel, I think of Zoolander.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. If we do the thing, we'll both look at kids. Right.
I turned left.
I turned left. I got the black lung.
I got the... It's funny, I didn't like that movie. At first time I saw it, I thought it was the dumbest movie I ever saw. And now it's one of my favorite comedies.
How long has it been since you first saw it?
I think I saw it like a couple of years ago. It was on TV.
Dude, my comedy, my levels for humor have changed.
Yeah.
There's movies that I never would have thought twice about back in the day.
Yeah.
And now I watch it, I think it's fucking hysterical.
Like what?
Like Airplane,
Yeah.
Fletch Lives, things like that.
Airplane.
You can't do it. First of all, you can't do that stuff anymore.
You can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But that scene with the little kid drinking her coffee.
Yeah.
Like, how do you take your coffee? He's like, I need to black like my man.
Like my man, yeah. Nowadays, I feel like a lot of humor stuff has to rely on shock value, shock humor.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that's like
cheap.
Yeah. If you gotta put really shock, dirty words together just to crack someone up, I'm like, you're not a pro, man.
Clever writing.
Sure, but I think even something like Superbad just had me like, I was just
Superbad is brilliant.
I was giggling the whole time, and then there was like high points. But from beginning to end, I'm like, this is just great.
What was so good about it, like Superbad, because it's one of my favorite comedies ever.
Yeah.
Is it really captures how awkward everything is at that age.
Yeah.
More than any other like teen comedy.
Yeah.
Even if it's really considered a teen comedy, I don't know if it is because of how great it is. But the awkward nature of everything was so on point.
Yeah.
So perfectly done.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my.
There you go.
You can put it wherever you want. Look at this. Oh my.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. So.
How beautiful is that?
This is the Detroit Roni. This thing is just gorgeous.
Oh, we got the burnt cheese on the sides,
That's my favorite part.
So Detroit.
Yeah.
What is the dynamic of a Detroit pizza that differs from other pie?
So people might compare it to Sicilian because it's thicker.
Right.
It's not really like a Sicilian. It is a thicker style pizza, but it's the cheese edges that really differentiate.
Yeah.
And generally, it's not as dense as a Sicilian. For as thick of a pizza it is, you'll see like they're light and airy.
Yeah.
And one thing I had asked the owner about, because I'm big in baking. I love to bake. I bake sourdough, all that kinds of crap. They really let the dough ferment as long as they can, because the longer you let it ferment, the more you're going to get that like really strong flavor.
Oh.
And that's the key to like really good dough. So this one, usually get a nice strong flavor out of it.
Okay.
So.
Now my father makes pizza.
Yeah.
And my grandmother made pizza.
Yeah.
And their whole family had a pizza place in Patterson years ago. So I'm a tough critic.
All right.
What is this, my friend?
These are the meatballs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's to wash down the pizza. Loosen the belt.
I have the belt.
Come on.
Oh my lord. These edges. This is what makes the Detroit to me. This is what makes it unique and amazing. These caramelized, crispy, cheesy edges.
Would you consider pizza a comfort food?
Absolutely. What about you?
Definitely do. Yeah. I think pizza is a staple.
Yeah.
And living in Los Angeles for several years, I think people here are spoiled and they don't know how good they got it.
Oh, they have no idea. I lived in Vegas for 13 years. The pizza's awful.
You got a pizza spot almost every corner at every town. You ready to rock?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
This is beautiful.
For how simplistic it is, there's a lot going on here.
There is.
But I get what you're saying about the bread. That actually tastes like it could be the best loaf of bread I ever had.
Yeah.
And they made a pizza out of it.
That nice strong flavor.
Yeah.
That's what can separate you from other pizza is that developed flavor in the dough.
Just that, those pizza places where it's just like a fast turnaround.
Yes.
I'm like, look, every now and then I'm in the mood for a slice. I'll just stop at a joint, grab a slice quick. Because I need that fix.
Yeah.
But this is a treat. See how animalistic Josh got? He's trying to be all nice and clean with the knife and the fork.
I gave up.
You gave up. That's an outstanding.
It's just the edges.
Yeah, man. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Burnt cheese, but nothing about it screams burnt.
It doesn't taste burnt. It's got that caramelized flavor.
Yeah.
Nice and caramelized.
Wow.
The thing about this place that I love is you even noticed it walking in how they're preparing every little ingredient here. There's such an attention to detail in everything that they make here, and I've seen it firsthand. Everything gets so much care. Everything, it's just the quality of the ingredients, the care it receives. They don't like scrimp on anything here.
I just saw 2 trays right now. They got 2 trays of breadcrumbs that are made. I mean, look, they could just go to the store and get a thing of breadcrumbs, and they're doing it themselves, man. They're putting it right in the oven, seasoning it. The tray of garlic right there. Now, is that? I'm not too familiar with roasted garlic, which I kind of want to be. Is that garlic confit? What they're doing?
I didn't see, so I'm not sure. But if they're cooking it in oil, it's confit. Confit is a French cooking style where something is literally cooked in its fat. Cooking fat.
Duck.
Yeah, duck confit is one of my favorite things. Well, you know I like duck.
I am.
Duck confit is one of my favorite things. It's a thick pizza. It's doughy yet light at the same time. You know what I mean? Because you can be doughy and dense.
Oh yeah.
But it's doughy and light. And that's a hard thing to really master.
High quality pepperoni. You can tell this is not just off the shelf, whatever it is. Everything about this is just quality, man. That
It's like pepperoni bacon.
Yes. It just, it's pungent. It jumps at you, right?
Yep.
Man, the detail matters, man.
It's also just beautiful. It's just a pretty looking pie. We have here the meatballs and ricotta. So I'm always, I said that on purpose to him like that because we've talked about this a little bit. I always feel weird about saying certain like Jersey Italian food words. So I know to say ricotta is like the worst. So I like, to me, like the way the Italian way they say is ricotta. Right. Thank you so much.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
This is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, you want some ricotta? No?
Ricotta? Yeah.
Yeah, help yourself.
So okay, so what's the proper way to say it with you not seeming like a douchebag?
You don't, no. It's not like I'm not offended.
Yeah.
Being Italian American from New Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm not offended at all.
Yeah.
But I think there's different ways of saying it. It matters. You know, obviously Italians have their own way, but it's also where you're from.
Yeah.
You know. So ricotta. I know that's the correct way to pronounce it. I have a friend that. Her family's from Italy, and she says ricotta, and always corrects me.
Yeah.
But where I was raised, where I'm from, we say ricotta. Ricotta. That's it.
But I feel silly. I feel like when I say it, it sounds silly because I'm not Italian, so I feel like I say ricotta. I feel like I sound dumb.
if you go to an Italian restaurant, especially in North Jersey, you're northeast, you'll fit right in. Like I like going to Italian restaurants and ordering the fried calamari. Yeah. Right. So now a lot of times calamari. Yeah. Most people say, fried calamari. Yeah. Which is fine. Yeah. But if you go there and say, can we have an order of fried calamari? Yeah. The waiter or waitress will know exactly what you're saying. Yeah. And sometimes they'll even say it like that too. Yeah. Just to kind of fit in the atmosphere. So, ricotta. And it doesn't sound ridiculous when I say it. No, ricotta. Okay. Ricotta. Because sometimes I feel like... You are now deemed Italian due to our association together. Nice. Okay. Joshua Bermini is your new name. I love that. I always feel silly. Look, I grew up in Staten Island. So I grew up around all that, but I still feel like almost feel kind of like a fraud. Like someone's gonna know, he's not Italian the way he's saying that. You shouldn't be saying because, well, what's worse? A non-Italian saying one of those words really bad, or someone saying ricotta? Aye. Like if someone just said something like menegout. Ricotta's a no-go. Yeah. I'd rather... Under any circumstance. No, you say ricotta, it's like go back to Kentucky. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nothing against people in Kentucky. But that's a no-go. Are you ready for this meatball? Yeah, go ahead, man. I want to follow you. I'm particular now. Now we're going into my world here. Yeah. What do you think? Wow. Right? It's a good meatball. That's a hell of a meatball, man. To quote Adam Sandler, it's a good meatball. That's a hell of a meatball. This is a hell of a meatball. There's pride taken in this. It's clear. And dude, this gravy is, sauce gravy. We'll get into sauce gravy. Yeah, we'll get into sauce and gravy. It's so tender. It's not dry in the slightest. Just
it's not like a flavor bomb, but it's like the right amount of flavor that you want.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Fitting. It's not overbearing and it's not under.
Yeah.
So there's different ways. I mean, growing up, all Italians, even my mother's side, my father's side, my mother's maiden side, my mother's, maternal side, everyone has their own way of making sauce or gravy or meatballs.
Yeah.
Sausage, this, that, you make it, but it's so funny. So my producing partner for my next film, he's in Chicago.
Yeah.
His parents are off the boat from Italy. Big Italian family. I went there for dinner last time I was there. We had macaronis, which is another thing we'll talk about. And her meatballs were incredible. Incredible. She uses turkey, ground turkey. My mom uses the meatloaf mix, turkey, beef, and veal.
Yeah.
Beef, been there too. Some people do chicken. I
do pork and beef.
You do pork and beef. It's great. Yeah. Chicken for me is a little bland.
Yeah.
But I asked her how she made it so they were so moist, and she puts milk in. So it's all these little tiny changes, right? Because the staple essentially is you got your meat, whatever it may be, your Parmesan, your salt, pepper, your oregano or basil, whatever you want to put in it. Your breadcrumbs, which are important, and it's like, okay, breadcrumbs or pieces of bread. Yeah. You're doing milk, you add a little of this, olive oil, all these little tiny changes make the difference, you know?
I've never used it, because I learned the term is called a panade. When you take the bread and you soak it in the milk.
Oh yeah.
You use that.
I didn't know that was what it was called.
Yeah, it's called a panade. It's like it's actually a French style thing.
Well, I'm a stew-nod for not knowing what that is.
So a panade is what, I've never used a panade. I do breadcrums, I do Parmesan, I do parsley. And my trick is, and I actually have a video of my meatballs on my Instagram, I pulverize, I puree the onion.
Oh.
So that way when you mix it in,
idea.
It gets into every part of the meat.
Yes.
You're not getting chunks of onion, it's liquefied, it mixes all into every part of the meat.
That's a really good idea, man. And that in itself probably makes it moist too.
Yeah, it does.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I gotta tell my mom about that.
Yeah.
My mom will be like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. The old people are set in their ways, man. I think our generation is more open. This is terrific.
I'm very picky with meatballs.
Sure.
I feel like there's so many places, even really good pizza places, that are lazy with the meatballs.
Very, very, man.
Right?
Yep.
You can tell it's just thrown together. It's just meh. So another word I wanted to ask about is mozzarella. What is the way that you pronounce? Because I just say mutz to get off easy. Yep. It's the lazy way of doing it.
It is.
Yeah.
But still very effective.
Yeah.
But if you say mutz to someone that doesn't know, mozzarella's, mozzarella. Mozzarella. The vowel on the end is gone.
Yeah.
Mozzarella, boom.
Well,
done.
ours become D's and the vowels at the end drop off the words is what I've learned.
Yep.
Just like soprasada. So that's the funniest one to me is soprasada.
Soprasada, right?
Yeah, soprasada.
Yeah, soprasada. Boom.
Yeah, soprasada. I don't know where that one came from.
I don't either.
That one is just like, I feel like someone said it by accident, and it's like, all right, that's what I'm going to call from now on.
And then gabagool, which you brought up before, right? Gabagool is a big one. Gabagool. Gabagola. But gabagool feels funny to say.
It does.
I think because of The Sopranos and, you know, all the memes. But
it doesn't even sound like a real thing, gabagool.
It doesn't, you know. But gabagool, you could kind of bend that a little bit. You say, you know, like some capicola, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. Capicola, but capicola, you know.
If you add a little accent to
mozzarella, right. All the ways that these words are supposed to be pronounced correctly, especially from real Italians that live in Italy. They're not too happy about the way we represent their food here.
Especially Manigot.
Manigot.
That's the other one.
Manigot.
I say Manigot. That one I grew up saying. That one's in my vernacular.
But you say it great.
Yeah.
You should order that everywhere just because you say so.
Yeah. Well, that's the one I've been saying since birth because that's the way I always heard it said. That one stuck. For some reason, Manigot stuck.
You should order that even if you're at a French restaurant. Yeah. Just to get it out, just to say. Yeah. You just say it so well.
Oh, there's a Mother Clucker. I'm sorry.
The Mother Clucker?
Chicken thigh, aged white cheddar, bacon. It's on a potato bun. Man, I'm bad at this today.
Look at that Mother Clucker.
Yeah, and this is the Mother Clucker.
Here's my Mother Clucker.
That is, I can see from here how juicy that is.
Yep.
This is juicy as hell. Mike's hot honey.
Immediately. Immediate, the first bite.
Yeah. That cheddar is actually really nice. I like that sharpness. It's extra sharp to me. I'm not usually a big fan of cheddar on sandwiches, on hot sandwiches, because I never like the way it melts.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
I don't think, but the flavor on this cheddar is awesome.
Yeah.
It's strong.
And the bun, dude, this is a
potato bun. I think it's Martin's potato bun.
I love it, man.
Martin's potato bun.
They go the extra mile. I mean, it's just like,
look at that.
Right?
Look at that grill. That grill mark right there. And then how juicy is this chicken?
I don't even feel like I need a drink of water. This is great. This is great.
Oh wow, that looks amazing. Oh my God. You gotta try and fry. The fries are killer.
They are. What a pizza place.
Yeah.
Bro, this is outstanding.
There was no shortage of flavor on the sandwich. I'm going to sleep after this.
Yeah.
I don't know what made me think about this, but we're talking about movies before. Al Pacino movies. I don't know, I think Italian, I went right to Al Pacino, I went to Godfather. We were talking about gravy. It brought me to that scene in The Godfather where they're standing around and they come over here, kid, I'm gonna show you how to make, you might have to cook for 30 guys one day. And I think about that scene often, like when I cook. There are just certain Al Pacino movies to me that ring true. Do you have like a tier of Al Pacino favorites, or ones that you think like that you think are his best, or ones that are your favorites? Because he does such a wide range of stuff.
Wow. I mean, the list goes on and on, right? So by me not mentioning one doesn't mean that I'm not a fan of anything else. But when you do roles in movies like Scarface, when you have the, lack of better words, when you have the balls, when you have the salt to do that, you know, adopt an accent, whether it's perfect or not, the intensity, when you have the audacity and bravery to do that, man, to really go for it and make an iconic character that so many people can, not only some people want to relate to, want to model themselves after.
Yeah.
It's iconic. It's hard for me to turn a blind eye to what he did in Scarface.
Yeah.
His work in Godfather,
I mean,
second to none. When you think about his natural disposition, because he's an anti-ornery kind of guy, and he just brought it all the way down and contained it.
Yeah.
That's not an easy thing to do, to hide your own essence.
Yeah,
you know?
Because Kevin Spacey's imitation of...
Yeah.
He's doing the thing where he's sitting in the seat. What are you talking about? He's moving around. He's always just squirming, like looking around. Hey, just doing like that's his imitation. And you're right, because he is. He's like, he doesn't stay still.
Yeah, yeah.
But his accents to me are funny. Because he does. He doesn't give a shit. He throws it all.
He goes, and that's what determines. You can tell a brave actor. You can tell when someone walks the line and doesn't want to cross it.
Yeah.
When he did, my favorite movie of all time is for many different reasons, Heat with De Niro and Pacino. It just crosses. It's just my thing, right?
Yeah.
Now Pacino in that movie, do you hear the trivia on that one? Why he was so crazy in that freaking movie? Well, they cut it out because movies are made in editing. Like you film what you film, but you make it work in post production and editing. His character had a cocaine problem, and they cut it out. So when you watch the movie as it is, you're like, this guy's amped. Remember that one part? He's like, and she's got a big ass and all that stuff.
Great ass.
Great. Yeah. And Hank Azaria in the roles is like, look at him like this because he didn't know that was coming.
Yeah.
But Pacino went full with what he was supposed to be. They took that aspect of his character out.
Interesting.
They felt like it didn't have a place in the movie.
Yeah.
Similar to you make a character work.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe in Gladiator. You ever see the extended cut?
No.
It's an hour longer. It's worth watching. When you watch the extended cut, you will feel differently about Russell Crowe's character. In the opening scene, remember when they have that, when the movie opens, that massive battle with Germania, right? Yeah. In the extended cut, there's a part where one of his foot soldiers comes up to him because they're about to release the arrows, and he says to him, in so many words, I forget, we're gonna hit our own men. And he was very flippant about that, and he's like, this is war.
So he was willing to sacrifice his own men.
Right. So there's when they released the one that we've seen, the public one, they took that part out because it may put a little chink in the armor for how someone really feels about that character, and you want to love that character, so they removed it.
There's a little bit of a softness gone from him because for as battle as he is in that movie, he has a softness about him, like a warmth that would like take away that warmth.
Very much so.
Wow. But one of the accents that Pacino does that always kills me.
Go ahead.
Even though I love this movie, this is no knock against Pacino. I love the movie Carlito's Way.
Yeah.
But he sounds like Foghorn Leghorn in that movie. Well, Mr. Clownfish.
Yeah.
It talks like this. Yeah. Like, that's not a Puerto Rican accent. That's Foghorn Leghorn.
And you know what's funny?
But it worked.
And he knows it.
And he knows it.
Like, remember Benicio del Toro in Usual Suspects?
Oh my God.
So he made that up.
Yeah.
You can't understand him.
Yeah.
but he was so confident and comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
It's the confidence.
It's the confidence, and that is bravery, bro. It's a lot of actors don't equate bravery with actors, but it's like, you know, it's tough. You know, you're in front of 100 people or 50 people, and you got to do this over and over again. People are watching you.
You got to have.
And if you just be like, "This is my world. No one can fucking touch me," whether I sound right to him or her.
So it's probably like, you know, you talked about auditioning to me once. I guess you kind of have to, like, I feel like auditioning has got to be one of the most strenuous.
No.
You're bearing all the time, because it's a numbers game at the end of the day, but you probably have to walk in each and every time with that level of confidence.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing something wrong,
yes,
you got to have that kind of confidence.
And you have to train yourself to get there, and sometimes it's more stressful than not.
Yeah.
So you have to have, you know, breathing exercises, things that you do to calm yourself down to zero, so you can give what you got and not let your anxiety get in the way.
Okay.
But auditions are wonky. It's what people don't realize outside of the film industry is that, let's say you have an audition a week.
Right.
Not all are.
Is that a lot, or is that a normal number, or does it really depend on the person?
It's hard to say. My wife auditions way more than I do. I never auditioned a lot. Okay. Never.
Yeah. Do you just not like it, or it's not like?
People just don't like me. No, I just never did. You know, but you know, I have a pretty high booking ratio, so it takes me a few, and then I'll land.
Right.
Which knock on wood, I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
But auditions, you got to figure. It could be right this moment right now. I get an audition. Today is Wednesday. I got to go on tape. Yeah. Which nowadays means you pull out your cell phone and video it on a tripod. And,
oh wow.
Oh, that's. So
auditions. You don't go in anymore? Really?
Ever since COVID messed up everything, even our business. So it's good and bad both ways.
I wouldn't like that. Personally, I would want someone to feel my the energy you bring into a room.
Right.
I would think the camera doesn't pick up that energy in an audition.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
But in the room, you got one or two shots.
Yeah.
Home, let's do that again. Let's do that again. You could do it 20, 30 times until you're happy with what you send.
That's a good
I can't tell how many auditions I walked out of. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't give what I had. I was nervous or this or that.
Right.
But auditioning home, it is harder when you have a kid.
Yeah.
You know, I have a 4-year-old, and some of these scenes, like Amanda had an audition the other day, dude. It was tough for me to be the reader with her behind the camera because the audition was about losing a child.
Oh, Jesus.
My 4-year-old, we couldn't find a babysitter. We had to put her in the other room with headphones on, and I prayed to God she didn't pull her headphones off.
Yeah.
And here in the next room, 30 feet away, is Amanda screaming, bawling.
Oh
dude, it was tough. And we couldn't find a babysitter, and we had to get the audition in. So there's a lot of, and plus the prep, getting ready to do that scene, it weighs on you.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna have that moment. Now imagine having that moment in life.
Right.
It's a memory that it's a moment you'll never forget.
Yeah.
An actor has to prepare for that moment for 2, 3, 4 days, sit in it a little bit, and then blow it out of the water for several takes.
Right.
And then when you send it in, if you don't get the part, you don't even hear a word. So a lot of people talk about actors.
It's like a bad date.
Yeah.
It is. You like the girl and then you don't call you back.
Yeah, so actors deal with rejection. I don't think it's rejection. I think it's worse. It's indifference.
Yeah.
Because you won't even get a comment.
Right.
No one will call me, hey, that was great, but sorry, we can't use you.
Because of this or that. So you have notes for the next time you try to audition for something.
Right. So that's the grind of an actor. Stopping your life, getting a babysitter, doing this. Your mom is calling you. I mean, it's still life, and you have to block out life to go to this crazy place, and then it's just over.
That's rough.
A lot of times after an audition, you crash and you sleep.
Oh wow. Yeah. It's just like an emotional.
Yeah, you get. Well, think about it.
Yeah.
If you know these heightened emotions anyone could have at any given time in life, right? You're living it out once.
Yeah.
We're living it out several times.
Right.
Plus the lead up to it. So when that's done, and when you do that last take,
emotional drain.
it's just like
everything is out. Everything is out at that point.
And then you got to pick your kid up at school, and you got to do the laundry, and then life. You know, stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining.
No.
That's just how it goes. It's a risk. You know, we chose the life, and thank God we're doing okay.
That's good.
But it's not.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
No.
Anyway, back to the burger.
Speaking of not easy, is we now have to eat some more meat, and we have other stuff coming out. Next up is this beautiful, gorgeous, lacy-looking smash burger. Just look at the lacy edges on that. Got their signature sauce here: potato bun, cheese, pickles, onions.
And dude, these fries are right from the boardwalk, right?
They're awesome.
Oh my God.
Real good boardwalk fries. Well, fresh cut. Boardwalk fries are like stumpier ones.
Yeah.
But the fresh cut fries.
These are great.
I've ordered from them before, and the fries travel well. Somehow they actually stay pretty crispy.
That's rare.
In delivery,
I'm not a smash burger aficionado. I haven't had many in my life at all. What am I expecting with a smash burger?
You get, it's a textural thing, part of it, because you get those kind of lacy edges. You see like that crispiness. Almost you think like Detroit pizza, like those crispy edges. It's a texture difference.
Okay.
You know, and that's really what it is at the end of the day. And it's, you know, because it's thinner. It's not as, you know, it's not like a big thick piece of ground meat.
It's almost like a Whopper or a double Whopper, like the thickness of that.
To get those lacy edges is so impressive. You would think it's commonplace for all smash burgers, but I've had smash burgers that don't nail this. That's stupid good.
I have to lose weight, dude. I told you. I'm gonna blame you.
You should hang out with me.
In the credits of the movie. Special thanks, Josh Berman.
Yeah, you're hanging out with the wrong guy.
Oh my god. That's great, man.
The onions actually jumped out to me in this, even though and that adds such a, like, and it's simple too. I like burgers that don't have a lot going on. It's just cheese, pickle, onion, a little sauce. I didn't like overdo the sauce.
They just found the perfect balance, man. Once again, the bun.
And to be able to smash a burger down, yet somehow keep it juicy, that's another, because I've had smash burgers that are just dry. And the seasoning on this, it's seasoned so well.
This is outstanding, dude.
I'm so big on textures with food.
Yeah, this edge, dude, it's almost like it's another ingredient, right?
Caramelization brings out different flavors. Even when I was training to be a som, my head som said, go home, set a piece of wood on fire, and then smell it after. You know, after you have it, because like it might sound kind of stupid, obvious, but like any composition change to something changes everything about it. The difference between if you broil a burger and grill it on an actual grill or a flat top, the way it cooks brings out different flavors.
Yeah.
Because it caramelizes differently. You know, you have it on a charcoal grill, you have that charcoal flavor coming into it. You know? I've reviewed a couple smash burgers recently. I'm not a big smash burger guy, generally. I like a classic style burger. I think that smash burgers in general are kind of like mediocre, but when a good one's good, it's really good. You know what I mean? Like, and this is a really good one. When you're cooking them, or you watch a video of someone making a real smash burger, you're almost thinking this meat's not going to make it. Because they're literally smashing that down so thin sometimes. You're like, how the hell is that going to stay together? I've had a lot of mediocre smash burgers. They all taste the same.
Yeah.
But when it's done right, it actually tastes like something different.
That's terrific.
They kill it here. The attention to detail, everything. And also the service is awesome here. You guys are so great.
Best service in Asbury Park.
Yeah. Never had anything here, like the worst thing I've ever had, I'm like, oh, this is solid.
Yeah.
You know, like that. I can't say anything less than anything I've ever had here like that. Like the worst things are still above average.
Right. They do regular style pizza too?
They do like every style of pizza.
Wow.
Every style of pizza imaginable. They do a bar pie. They do upside down like Sicilians.
Yeah.
They do like a regular standard.
Should I have another piece of pizza?
Cheesesteak? You are.
Oh, that's right. The cheesesteak's coming.
Cheesesteak coming too.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
What do you look for in a cheesesteak? What hits you?
Okay. Bread is paramount.
Okay.
Has to be the right kind of bread.
What kind of bread?
So the standard now is kind of like, I guess you would say almost an Italian style. So the two big ones out of Philly, and these are the most well-known, Sarcone and Licio.
Okay.
Sarcone and Licio's are the two biggest bread bakeries in Philly for cheesesteaks. And there are places in Jersey that order it in too. There's just something different about them. I don't really know how to describe it. Like you would look at one and think it's kind of like a standard Italian seeded roll, but they just hit different. They got the way they're crusted on the outside and soft on the inside. Like they're not hard.
Okay.
They're not necessarily dense breads.
And do they soften up with the heat of the meat and everything that's on it? Yeah.
The other thing is the meat. You know, using frozen versus fresh. You got to use fresh. You can't overcook it, which is a tip. Cooking cheesesteak meat is very difficult because you have to cook it through. So you're cooking it till it's brown, but you want to capture at that point where it's not overcooked.
Gotcha.
You know, like, because you're cooking it to the end where it's basically well done.
Yeah.
But you want to keep, kind of like with a smash burger, you're cooking it to well done, but you're trying to retain moisture. Onions. And the cheese. Like, the cheese is, the standard has now become Cooper Sharp. I don't know if you've ever heard of the brand Cooper Sharp.
No.
That is the standard now in cheesesteaks. I learned this like about a year ago or so, reviewing some Philly places. It's because everyone used to think it was Whiz. Cheese Whiz, the liquid neon yellow, chemically written. God knows what's in it.
Lasts for 20 years in your fridge,
But it's not the standard anymore.
Huh.
I would say most common is either American or provolone.
Okay.
But American in this case, Cooper Sharp is the brand now that's like king.
Well, what's your taste lean towards?
Cooper Sharp.
Really?
There's no.
It's a level up, huh?
I can't go anything other than Cooper Sharp anymore.
You're kidding.
I buy it at home. I use it for grilled cheese. I use it for everything. Like, it's just American cheese, but there's something elevated about it. There's something different about Cooper Sharp.
Wow.
I'm just a fan of it, and that's the thing with the cheesesteaks, the meat to cheese ratio. And whether you mix it in with the meat, or don't mix it in with the meat. I like it when they mix the cheese in with the meat.
Okay.
I like it both ways.
Yeah.
But my preference is they'll fry it in like they have on it, and they'll so you get the cheese through everything.
And the onions too, or onions on top?
Yeah, onions too.
So that's it. You got roll, you got meat, cheese, onions. That's it.
Boom.
Really?
The newest thing though that I like that's starting to become a trend is long hots.
Now he's talking my language. What kind of long hots?
Italian long hots.
See what I'm saying?
Italian long hots.
I'm down with that.
So
boy.
that in a cheesesteak is like. I love. That's the one more ingredient I'll do out of a cheesesteak.
Right. So would you say that people will season their meat differently too, and that makes a change? Because it's really not. I mean, other than getting the cheese, getting the bread, the onions, caramelizing,
it's seasoning the meat.
That is seasoning the meat.
Yeah, season the meat right. I've seen places use just salt, pepper.
Yeah.
I've seen places use almost like seasoning salt.
Sure.
So it depends.
Interesting.
At home, I do seasoning salt, like Lowry's.
Lowry's, yeah, sure.
Oh shit, here we go.
Stop, dude. You could.
There we go. So we got the Philly cheesesteak right here, which I am crazy excited about. Got the semolina roll, got the Cooper Sharp cheese, got the onions, got the meat.
Oh my God, dude.
Look at this thing. Oh
what?
My God, look at that.
This is gonna be hot, bro.
Yeah, you know what? I think we need to let this cool for a second.
Wow.
This thing is molten lava. I want to eat this so bad right now. But I know it's gonna singe every part of my gums.
Is it worth the pain?
Yeah.
It's worth it. Ready?
Okay, ready? Let's do it.
Salud.
Salud.
Worth it. I'm in pain. I'm killing myself for this show. I'll kill myself for this show.
You have to like eat more and eat faster. That is legit as fuck.
Is that the cheese? That's good.
Right?
Dude.
Now, as someone who's tried a lot of Philly cheesesteaks in Philly and the surrounding Jersey areas, this is absolutely legit. The bread is awesome.
This is what you were talking about.
This is different. I don't usually have it on this is a semolina roll.
But the consistency, is that kind of where
Similar,
you're going to?
It's similar, but it's soft and it's crusty on the outside, soft on the inside.
Yeah.
The onions, perfect ratio onions, perfect ratio with cheese. The meat seasoned, it's juicy. This bread is so soft.
That's a home run, dude.
Yeah.
That's my first time having this cheese.
Yeah.
You know when we're kids and it's like, you know, you had like melted Velveeta, right? Regardless whether it's unhealthy or not, it's still like, it was the bomb, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love melted Velveeta.
There's something like about the creaminess of this that reminds me of that, but it's like, but the taste.
It's just different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cooper Sharp just hits different. It has like, I guess maybe a less processed taste than like American cheese.
Of course.
The flavors just kill it.
But that smoothness of it,
so
right?
Smooth. And I've made cheese sauces with it before too.
Oh, that'd be something.
And listen, Philly cheesesteaks, they are a very contentious food. People have very strong opinions about like the few reviews that I've done. It's like a war zone in the comments. People from Philly refuse to believe that we can make Philly cheesesteaks as good as them in Jersey.
Yeah.
We can and we do. They need to know the game is level now.
Oh, you're getting crushed in the comments with this one, dude.
I'm telling you, Jersey figured it out.
Yeah.
And this is proof.
That bread, you know, you gotta wonder, like, if a restaurant owner chooses his bread, is he basing it on what he likes or what he thinks is the people would like most? What's the decision based on, you know? Because it has to please the masses. Hopefully it pleases him too. I guess it's kind of like a film. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're making a movie, you can make what you love. You go to that test audience and there's something they don't like about it. If like 30-40% of the test audience is like, we don't like that part, you gotta cut it.
I think it's just a judgment call. I think the owner has to make a judgment.
Well, good call, because it worked.
When you said wonder, I know this is a really stupid thing. I went right back to the Al Pacino thing. It's a word that always brings me to this movie. My favorite Al Pacino movie is Sea of Love.
So is mine.
No way.
Yes, it is. I didn't mention it because we were talking about characters.
That's my favorite.
Ellen Burstyn. Oh my God, it's incredible.
That it is like it's a modern like film noir. Mm-hmm. It's so I love the chemistry.
Dude, no one knows about that movie. Are you kidding me?
It's my favorite Al Pacino. That's great. I didn't know. That's
wow.
This is why we do this.
Wow. I still have the DVD. I have the VHS. I have everything.
Wow.
Yeah. I used to watch it, and it's also a study film for me.
Really?
Yes, because there's films that are. I don't know, be long-winded with this, but when you're doing a sense of urgency as an actor, it's a very hard thing to do because there's really no sense of urgency unless you create it.
Right.
So you have to imagine something that you got like 5 seconds to do this or 10 seconds to do this realistically within yourself because nothing makes sense. Right. You know, but wow, that's so wild. See,
with the scene when they're at the supermarket talking to the manager about trying to find the guy, and he's trying to explain what he looks like. He goes, Wonder Hair! Wonder Hair! He's got the Wonder Hair! It's like, that's one of my favorite.
Oh, Josh, that's great. Oh, that's great.
One of my favorite little Al Pacino moments.
Oh my God.
His voice just kills me.
Yeah, and Sea of Love was kind of what put him back up again, you know? Beautiful film, has no one's ever seen it. Sea of Love,
Ellen
man.
Barkin, John Goodman.
Oh, John Goodman.
John Goodman together are perfect.
Goodman in anything. God.
He's always great.
Yeah. Him
and Pacino together, Sea of Love, it's one of those movies I can watch over and over and over and over again, never get tired of it. It's just such a great movie.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's funny. I've never met anyone who knows that movie.
Look at the plates here. I definitely
embarrassed.
More than Josh.
Ate far more than, and he's been noshing on fries the whole time.
Fries, yeah, man.
So
Josh is texting me. I'm ready to eat, man.
I'm very delicate. I'm very delicate. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for more.